Hello and welcome to Sterling Armory's Sword Talk. It's been a while. We've been away for a bit. We've been quite busy. So today's topic of the day is we're just going to be recapping all the stuff that we've been working on and what we're working on going forward. So apologies that we haven't been on in a while, but hopefully this will be a chance for us to catch up. So let's bring everybody on. All right, so real quick, I guess I'll intro myself because I didn't do that yet. So my name is Chris. I'm a sword maker and with Sterling Armory. We're on Facebook and Instagram with Sterling Armory. And I'm Chris. So, and then over to, that way.
I'm Joshua Von Warbear, and you can find me at Josh Von Warbear on Facebook.
Which way is it?
What?
You were right the first time, Chris.
Okay, so my camera's
other direction.
Okay.
I'm Joshua Von Warbear, and you can find me on Facebook at Joshua Von Warbear or on Instagram at Josh Warbear _Armory. I do swords and daggers and I'm just so discombobulated from everything that just happened with you guys. I am off my game. Anyway, passing it on to this guy over here.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, I'm Colton, Copperthorn Customs. Also sword maker and of the things, and you can find me at Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all at Copperthorn Customs, and at Sterling Armory.
Yes, and we've gotten a lot of emails and messages through Facebook saying, "Hey, just so you know, your webpage goes to just a landing page. It's not a webpage." We know. So we know. So we get about, I don't know, for a while we were getting about 2-3 emails a day on that.
Big deal.
What was that?
Yeah, we know. Big deal. You want to fight about it?
So we are working on it. There's a whole reason why it's taken a while. We had a big hosting issue with the website. I lost my email for quite a while. It was a nightmare. So, but we are slowly getting back to it. But as I tell everybody, so if you're watching this, I think you probably already know, but for those who might be new, our Facebook page and our Instagram pages are probably our most traffic, Facebook being by far the most. So please find us there. The links are going to be down below. And then for Warbear and Copperthorn, I think the same for you guys, right? Facebook and Instagram are the biggest two. So those links are below as well.
Cool.
So last time we were on was before Halloween, and it is now December. So we've had a busy time. I guess before we dive into that, if you're new to the Sword Talk, our podcast here, we usually do various topics. And before we start into our topics, we talk about what we're drinking, because that's what we like to do. And for those who know me, so I have a lot of Winter Jack here, but in my cool new Mando mug that I got from Galaxy's Edge, Shelby and I were there a couple days ago. So pick this up. Pretty sweet. Yeah. And then Winter Jack from Jack Daniels is currently still on the shelves, and it's a seasonal drink, so grab it now if you can.
Sweet. What you got, Josh?
I ain't got shit.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I could tell by that look on your face.
I was about to ask you guys before we signed off.
Oh, damn it. We got to get drinks. I forgot about doing that thing.
Yeah.
I've got my just Arnold Palmer's spiked.
Nice.
Fancier mug.
Angry Santa, though? Is that an Angry Santa?
No, it's Lego skull with a beard.
Oh, it looks like an Angry Santa.
BBG logo.
I would go with Angry Santa.
No, it's BBG logo.
Nice. Awesome. So our topic today is just kind of going over where we've been. So we like to keep posting every week, but with our schedules, it's just very difficult. So hopefully we'll get back to that sometime soon. I have a ton of vlogs too. So I have a vlog for the cabinet build. I have a vlog for Sarasota, a couple different days in Sarasota. What else? I think I have 2 other vlogs. Oh, from Fright Fight, which we're about to talk about. And I haven't posted any of those yet, so I really am behind. So apologies to the viewers, but we'll get caught up. So I guess let's go in order from the last time we talked. So Fright Fight, we did at Halloween, and it was a pretty awesome show for us. It was the first year for that show. the guys who put it on did a great job. And yeah, it's first year show, so there's always little rough spots, and we had some, but for the most part, it went very well. And we had a pretty cool thing that happened for us. So, Josh, you want to talk a little bit about
that? Yeah, man. Let's do.
I had to convince this guy to do something. So,
it was kind of the perfect storm, right? Because what you call it, I'm a little gun shy. I know I put on a confident facade for everyone, but I don't really want to compete doing anything because I'm kind of shy about it. And I'm like, I really don't want to. That's fine. And Chris has been like, do it, man. Come on, let's go. And I've been like, and then Phil asked, and I was like, nah. And then last minute, Chris is like, they had some cancellations. Some people didn't show up to enter, and they reserved a spot. So if you were ever going to, now is the time to do it. And Phil basically said the same thing. He was like, you want to cut? Now's the time to get you in if you want to. And I was like, why not? So I did. And it was my first cutting competition, my first open cutting against 16 people, I think. I went and came in silver. I came in second.
Yeah, you took second place for your first ever cutting competition. So,
yeah.
Yay.
I was flabbergasted. I was honestly sitting right there like while they were calling out the next rounds, and I was like, oh shit, I'm going fourth. Okay. Awesome. And then they called it again, and I didn't get what you call it. I didn't get
eliminated,
out of the tournament. I was like, oh crap. And the very end where they're like, we're announcing the winners, and I was waiting for my name to be called for like fourth place, and they didn't call my name, and I was like, oh, third place isn't bad. I love bronze. So bronze is great. And then they didn't call my name for third. And I went, what? And then they called my name for second. And I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. That is awesome.
You did really good.
You're surprised, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I'm not
everybody else, like whenever watching, people do really good at these competitions, but I've also seen you cut. You're very good, man. Like,
thanks, man. I appreciate it. It was unnerving. Like, I don't know why most people do it because, like, it
is a little nerve-wracking, and it's fun, right? You just got to go.
Exactly. Like the first round, I did really good. I think I nailed every single cut, and I realized like, okay, this isn't so bad. And the second round came around, and I made the first cut fine, and then the second cut I biffed it a little bit, and I was like, ooh, and that made a feedback in my body, and it brought my confidence down, and that immediately affected how I cut. I wasn't as confident, so my next cut was not as good. And I was like, I'm in real trouble now. and then right after that, I just kind of went with it. I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to do the Chris Fields method where you just kind of go up there like, this is going to be fun no matter what.
Yeah,
and it was. And I think Phil said that I knocked myself down to fifth after the third feat, which was false edge cuts. And I did how many were false edge cuts, and I've never practiced false edge cuts. I don't know how. And I've never heard of a lot of them because I don't study because I'm an asshole. So at one point I'd done all the cuts that I could do that I remembered from that were just like, okay, this is that cut. If I just reverse it, that's false edge, good. And then I was like, Phil was like sitting at the table and he was like, you have any what other cuts? And I was like,
I was trying to zap something in your brain.
Yeah. I was like, what other cuts can I do? And he's like, that's the one thing you can't ask us. And I was like, then I'm done, I guess. And then the fourth feat was thrust and cut. And I've never thrusted in my entire life with sword.
Right.
And,
but I was going back and looking at, so the last time we did that feat was at advanced cutting at SoCal.
Right.
And you actually did better in that feat than any of us did at SoCal. So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
It was weird. Like, thrust to cut, like, I had that, like, you know, when you get, like, kind of nervous and excited and your ears get really warm because of the blood that's flowing through your head now? You're like, okay, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God. And then I forget who it was. I think it was Chris. And he was just, you were just like, just hold your sword steady straight out in front of you and don't really move your hands and elbows so much as when you push forward with your hands, lean forward and push with your chest. And I nailed the first one on, yanked it out, And you can see it in the video. When I cut it, I was so hopped up, I think, on adrenaline that when I cut through it, I almost hit the gym floor because I swung straight through it. Because I was like, there's no way I'm going to get through this. And then whap, went right through it and then overswung. I was like, okay, calm down. And then I nailed all of them consecutively. And by the last one, they were like, that's it. And I was like, oh God, I thought I had one more. I wasn't even counting. Holy shit.
Got a lot of mat left. You could have
Still
done
have tons.
probably 3 more because that's how much mat you had left.
And then,
whereas
and then the last feat, the double cut, I was like, this is good. But that's what Phil was saying. I knocked myself down to 5th, and with the thrust to cut, I knocked myself back into 2nd, which was awesome. And then the last one, I was like, a double cut. I've done a double cut before. I can do this. I felt the wind in my hair, and I felt like Zen-like quality come over me, and I was like, this is what it's like to be a swordsman. And then I pushed forward and immediately biffed the cut by hitting too low and messed it all up. And I was like, is that it? Am I done? Like, yeah, you're done. I was like, oh, thank God it's over. But yeah. I'm glad you talked me into it. Thank you so much for being my cheerleader when I'm not. And,
I think, Phil, so I knew if I just asked you by myself when I heard there was an opening that you might not say yes. So I was like, hey, Phil, walk over to the table with me.
Oh, I see.
I was like, I don't think you can say no to Phil. So
nobody can say no to Phil.
It was peer pressure at its best.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. Peer pressure.
There's no way I could say no to everyone. They're like, he's definitely, he's got it. Look at this guy.
So,
I'm
so
glad
great.
you talked me into it.
Yeah, I'm hoping. So next one is Valley of the Sun. And so Josh got silver, and then I also got silver as well in the advanced cutting. Although I'm trying to remember. It was a lot of fun, but for some reason my mind is blanking on what I had to do. Do you remember at all? I don't remember.
I got videos, but since I was videoing, I didn't.
Yeah, we have a lot of videos. So when I get the vlog out for it, which is a month overdue, you'll see all the advanced cutting. So you'll see mine and Josh's cutting in that. But the other thing too is that venue was really cool because it had like a balcony that you could watch everything from. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was really nice.
You forgot the best part. It had a bouncy house.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. It was a really fun. It was a really fun event. I would go again next year. No questions asked. Yeah. I know it was a lot of iffiness on the fence. There was a lot of like, will they, won't they? How's this going to happen? Dicey, last minute, like kind of stuff. But they pulled it off at the end. Russ did a fantastic job. And Phil did a great job and that's no surprise there. It's Phil. Everyone involved did a fantastic job. We had a lot of fun. There was a lot more than we bargained for there. I'd love to see more vendors, obviously, and I think we'll get that with time. First annuals are always really tricky, but I had a blast, and I'd recommend it to everyone.
Yeah, it was great. So then, literally the week after that, and this is why we've been kind of absent online. The week after that, we had the gear right in the Sarasota Medieval Fair, which was also pretty great. We just finished that last week.
Last week.
Last week. So that's been going every weekend, and we've been making pieces for that show in between all the weeks as well. Colton and Josh were able to come down and join me here in Florida for a little bit, which was great. Josh even made a pretty sweet dagger while he was down.
That's a pretty sweet dagger.
Yeah, do you have that with you?
I do not. It was sitting right behind me, and I took it down this morning and just like, I better put that on the rack. I've had probably 5 or 6 people reach out on Facebook from the post, be like, "I got dibs on that when you decide to sell it." I had dibs on that. So personal dagger. I like it now. Love it.
Yeah, it was sweet. Went blurry for a sec. And then Sarasota started kind of slow. The weather was great though, which every year that show usually rains, and it didn't rain on us until we were packing up on the last day. So
literally,
So I had to take an extra day out during the week to go break down the rest of it. But it's just been quite busy. We've been doing a lot of work. on blades. We're getting a lot of blades out. Sarasota started slow, but then the last 2 weekends really skyrocketed. I think for everybody.
Especially the last weekend. Last weekend was so good.
So I think I ended up doing better than last year, which was a surprise to me because I didn't expect that. So yeah, it was good overall. But now we are gearing up towards our next event, which is Valley of the Sun. And January, February, March is, if we do every event that we can do, we're slammed. I kind of don't know how we're doing it yet. So, but we have Valley of the Sun, SoCal Sword Fight. I'm missing things. What am I missing? Oh, Blade Show. If we do Blade Show,
Atlanta and Texas.
Yep, Texas will be, which surprised me. Because I thought Atlanta was first. So yeah, we have a lot coming up. I think Valley of the Sun and SoCal are two biggest targets. So we're definitely doing those. Blade Show, we're not sure about yet. But we're also working on a lot of cool new pieces, and we have a lot of other design work in the mix. So you'll see some cool new design stuff.
I'm not engaging or looking at the screen ish. I'm still in Photoshop mode right now.
Oh yeah, so Josh is currently working on things that we were talking about before this. But yeah, sorry.
Hey.
Thank you, sweetie.
Oh,
there's biscuits.
What?
Hey, where's ours?
Throw it through the screen.
There you go, get a drink.
She heard that you didn't have a drink.
Oh, also, what was that?
Hey, we're going to take a little side tangent here. And just those coffees that she made for us that one night were like the best coffees I've ever had.
Is that what that is? Yeah.
That's what I'm drinking right now. I never had one that big either. She usually makes them in like little tiny ones.
Anyway,
yeah, you're right. Those are the best like little dessert coffees in the world. Oh, that was so good.
Oh my gosh.
I'll let her know.
Made me when I was
let you know I think about them frequently.
She knows. Like I talked to her about them for a couple of days. I was like, Colton was really impressed with that coffee. Well done.
Yep, it hit the spot.
Yeah.
Is that the same one that she made me when I was there?
Yeah, the sweet one.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah.
It was delicious.
Oh, it's so good. It's not discounting you, Fields. That English tea you made when I was there, the milky one, that was fantastic.
We're not going to talk about the coffee I got at his house, but that's okay.
Sorry about that.
It was good.
We'll just ignore that one.
There were good times that happened at
That was good times. That was I had a ton of fun coming out for the Sarasota show. It was
it was great. We had there was a lot of cast members that picked up a lot of pieces from us. There was a lot of there's two HEMA guys that picked up a sharp from me, which was cool. I still got to do the scabbard for that. And I'm using, that's another thing. Scabbard designs. We have some new scabbard ideas and designs coming out, which is going to be great. We're trying to basically figure out ways to get more efficient at making them, and that way we can drive the costs down so they're not $600, $700, $800, $900 for a scabbard. So hopefully we'll do some tests here and we'll have something good going. But yeah, I mean, it's just been so busy. So
busy.
And December is going to be the same just because we're ramping up for Valley of the Sun. So we have a lot of swords in the works at the moment. Valley of the Sun is also going to be quite interesting. If you are a sword enthusiast at all, I would highly recommend going to Valley of the Sun this year, because we have like if I wasn't a sword maker and I was just an enthusiast, I would show up, because Angus Trim's going to be there. We know that he's there every year. It's kind of his home show. But now we have Arms and Armor, which is going to be there, which is amazing. Valiant Armories, also amazing. I'm missing somebody. Who am I missing? Oh, us.
Albion?
But
is Albion going?
I don't think Albion's, I think, the only one who's not going to be there. But I am missing somebody, and why am I blanking on it? I don't know. It's one of the smaller makers, though, I think. But yeah, I mean, all but Albion, all the top makers are going to be at this tiny tournament with like 60 people. So it is your time to, if you're not going to buy a piece, at least get a chance to handle and feel pieces from all different makers that are, top in the business. So with us, we're, our business models right now is a bit different, right? Where everything we make is individual, one of a kind pieces. We're not a production house, but we are going to be sitting right next to the best in the business. So we got to really bring our A game. So we're working on some new stuff for that. And
I'm pretty excited about some of these that I'm working on right now. I've got some fun ideas, started a few good projects. Very excited to show everybody. So
awesome. Do you have any sneak peeks?
What?
Do you have any sneak peeks that you can show?
No. I will be. I'll post them just periodically.
So I have
a couple single edged, a couple bigger double edged. It's going to be pretty sweet.
Did I sell them both? I did sell them both, didn't I? I did. Sorry. So I've been doing the flared arming swords, the flared type 16. Yeah. And man, like
those are hot.
I can't keep those. So as soon as I make them, they're gone. That's why I was thinking I had one, but I don't. I sold them both. So I'll probably make one of those if I can before then. Probably going to do a big type 18 arming sword that matches my personal cutter as well.
Cool.
Long swords, though, I'm not quite sure what I want to do. I do have some stingray, a lot of stingray that I want to use for a grip. So I got to figure that out. So,
a lot of stingray.
I do. What a bunch. So all different colors too.
You've got like SeaWorld's aquarium full of stingray grips.
So
just to
figure that
out. How long is your personal sword, Chris? I don't remember.
Blade or a full length?
Overall, just curious.
Blade is 35 or 34 and a half. So overall, it's 11-inch handle. So
whatever that is. Math is hard.
46-ish.
All right, that's a big boy.
It's not too big. It's actually short compared to a lot of the other guys' long swords. So
all right, I don't know.
So the average, it's kind of changing. So it used to be like a lot of the guys, like if you look at Phil's longsword, his Angus trim that he uses, and if you look at a lot of the long swords in that line, they're like 36, 37-inch blades. But now Angus is putting out a lot smaller blades that are lighter, so people are buying those. So 33 to 35 is usually where things lie. Mine's 34 and a half, so it's not that long. That's the other thing too. I do have a longer, so I have a 39-inch blade, type 18, that I like to get out. It won't fit in my box, so I'm going to have to ship that one. But because I'm shipping it, I might as well make that huge one. That's a 54-inch total? No, 61-inch total. So I'll have to, if I'm going to ship the big ones, might as well ship them both, right?
Yep.
So I'll see if I can get them both done. The big one is a replica. At least the blade is. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the hilt full like that, but the blade is a 1-to-1 of the big Type 18 in the Met. So, I've been wanting to make that forever. So,
awesome.
Yeah. So lots of cool stuff in the works.
Yeah, I've got that. Kind of my answer to Josh's executioner sword in the works, which is going to be my biggest sword today at 58 inches. It's still not as big as his. I think yours is 60 inches or a little more.
No, it's bigger. No,
it's. I
think it's like.
I think 60. It's actually 59 3/4.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think 60 was the maximum I was working with, and I usually take out a 1/4 inch or so for the piece.
That's longer than that.
I don't think
it
so.
Might be.
It's longer than. So I'm working on a 61-inch longsword. I'm pretty certain yours is longer than that.
I think it's the fact that it's 19 pounds.
Yeah.
Could be. Yeah. So 60 inches is 5 foot. It's not. I thought it was taller than that.
Pretty sure it's 5 foot.
No, I'm pretty sure it's 60 inches. Because I was thinking 58 inches because I'm like 2 inches shorter than Josh. So I was like, I'll just take 2 inches off and it'll be equivalent.
Yeah. I can pull up my 3D file right now.
All right, what do you got in the works, Josh? Because you're getting equipment running up. Oh yeah, that's another.
Oh yeah.
All
New
of Josh's
grinder.
equipment's been given.
Yeah.
to people.
Oh man, guys, let me tell you how shit my life has been.
Mill was down, saw was down, electricity
Yeah.
was down.
The mill was down. The mill got fixed. Celebration. The day the mill's fixed and I start working on it, I have my shop gremlin James over. We put on like an all Rush mixtape, and he jumps on bandsaw and starts boring through bronze. And the first cross guard he does, the bandsaw stops, and we're like, and he's like, "I am so sorry. I will pay for it." And I'm like, "No, man, this isn't you. This is something else." And I finally get away taking it apart. The transmission gear doesn't have teeth anymore. It looks less like a cartoon gear, more like an off-road tire that's like got 1% tread left.
Do you have it still?
I do. It's in the garage. I'm trying
Really,
to
you should make a pommel out of it. That'd be cool.
I know. I think it looks like a lightsaber pommel right now.
That would work too. Space sword.
So I've already replaced it. I found a nice young man that had a one that was actually a 1 horsepower, whereas my Grizzly was a 3/4. So the part for the Grizzly one actually was discontinued and on back order. So it was like $100 part or $78 plus shipping. And then I found a guy on Facebook Marketplace that had his that was a bit stronger than mine. It's a Central Machinery, which I believe means it's the same shop that makes Grizzly out in China, but they spray painted it red instead of green. So got that sucker, got that up and running, got that set up, and I'm just waiting for the next piece of machinery to fall out. Oh, and I went ahead and bought a Dominator from Origin Blade Maker.
Yeah.
I got a 2 horsepower 2x72 with a small wheel, so watch out, Colton. I'm gonna start doing spoilers.
I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It'd be so
Oh,
cool.
I'm not. I talked a lot of shit. I don't want to do it.
Does their 2 horsepower run on just regular like 110, 120?
110, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's because that variable
Drive.
the variable speed box drives from 110.
Hmm.
So it ups it to the 220.
So I just got the tracking number for that. It should be here Thursday, actually.
Sweet.
Really?
Do a review on that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It's bright yellow. I don't know. I'm gonna have to get some stickers.
Yeah. So, did you ask about getting the black version, the black chassis version? I would have.
Did not, and I should have.
Yeah.
It's gonna it's
Just
not
paint it
gonna
black.
yellow very long.
Yeah, it's
If it comes assembled, awesome. I'm gonna plug and play right away. If it doesn't, I'm gonna spray paint the chassis and then set it up.
Spray paint it bronze.
Oh, there you go.
Cover that yellow nicely.
I'm gonna go to Home Depot and get 3 cans of metallic bronze.
Oh, yeah, metallic bronze. It's gonna be great.
Yep. Oh man. I'm
I
gonna
mean, it'll be
breathing.
covered in bronze dust pretty quick anyway.
Yeah, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Cool. No,
So,
but
yeah,
it's like one of your outlets or multiple of your outlets go out at one point.
Yes, but that turned out, the Grizzly was something sparked inside the Grizzly. It was the VFD card, the variable speed drive card. It snapped, and it was something me and Chris was looking at, and we didn't see it. There was like 5 connectors on the inside of the board, and
I couldn't figure out
one
what
was
it
just
was.
fried and broken, and it looked like it was like superheated to the point where it had soldered to something else.
Yeah.
So we were looking at that, and that's what did. And once I replaced that, it was something like $260, and then I paid someone to come out and install it for me.
Got it.
And and then boom. But that's what it was. It was flipping the GFI. Apparently, like said, a lot of Grizzly motors don't like the GFI switch.
Also, did you just remove the GFI from your shop circuit?
No, the GFI in my shop isn't in the shop. It's in the bathroom. And a lot of houses in Arizona, apparently it's like the Wild West with the way they do up to code out here. So a lot of the GFIs are just like right in the bathrooms. All of them are standard in the first floor bathroom. So,
Is it linked to your garage though?
yep, connected straight to the garage. So if anything in the garage pops, it pops the GFI that's in the house.
I don't know if it's the same as my grinder, but it specifically says do not run that phase converter on a GFI. So you might want to replace that.
Oh no.
You can literally just pull it out, put the other one in. Don't
Yeah.
don't listen to me and pretend that you're not doing it because you probably need a permit. We didn't say any of that.
Yeah. Are all your garage ones on one line?
Yeah.
I think for your new grinder, I'd run a separate line for it.
That's what I would too.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know how to do any of that.
Yeah, it should be easy for someone to do for you though. Because they could just literally run some conduit right from your box, which is in your garage.
Yeah, no, like 100% you should do that. New line, direct for the grinder, no GFI, call it good.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't see that being more than $100 or $200. Maybe less.
Or you could YouTube it.
You could.
I could YouTube it. I might just YouTube it. Screw it.
Yeah. No, I'm like, you're handy. I'm sure you can figure out how to do that. It's not that hard.
I've got shark gloves. You know, the little like all metal non-cut gloves. I got a pair of those. I'll just.
Yep, that'll work.
Okay.
It's just the next sword talk is just a still of me in black and white, just like smiling, holding flowers or some shit. In memoriam.
Yep.
The corner couldn't get the shark gloves that had been welded to his own skin off them. So he got buried like that.
Colton, are you coming down for Valley of the Sun?
I was actually going to talk to you guys about that. I am trying to decide what I can do and what I can't do, and what should I try to plan for, because like SoCal's right, 2 weeks after Valley of the Sun.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh man, it's
a lot.
It's a lot. So I'm just like, would Valley of the Sun be better or SoCal or
SoCal's probably.
I mean, I'd love to come see your place, Josh.
Yeah, depends on. So you haven't met the guys from Arms and Armory yet, right?
I haven't, and I've not met Gus. So I'm just like,
oh yeah, there you go. So so it depends on what you want to get out of it.
But also, California is pretty sweet.
It is. We had a great time last year, or this year. So I can't believe it was this year.
Yeah, that was some Porsche.
Hey, that was a great drive. That is treasured memories for me.
Right. Guillermo Barstow. I was so sleepy, man.
Yeah, we were delirious. That Cracker Barrel hit the stuff. Yeah, that was great on the way, though.
Yeah, we were kings. We got to the airport, and they were like, yeah, your flight's been canceled. It sucks. We can get you another one tomorrow. And it's like, yeah, but the convention's tomorrow morning, so that's not going to work. Oh, yeah, that's
called me and freaked me out.
Yeah. Yeah, I called you and was joking, but I forgot to tell you the good news.
Yeah. What? I was on my way to the airport too, wasn't I?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I'm already going, guys.
So your flight's not canceled. Oh no, that's part's true. It's definitely canceled. I'm just gonna jump in the car and drive out there. Colton and I are doing rock, paper, scissors over whose car we're going to take.
Yeah. I mean, debatably, I won or I lost. I'm not sure how we want to look at that, but
both.
Yeah.
You were a rock star, man. You took that 12-hour drive and somehow made it into a 6-hour, 30-minute drive.
That's because, we definitely.
If you're a police officer in the area,
hey,
I went to sleep at Arby's and woke up.
We were just cross country, cross mountaintops. It was great. As the crow flies.
Yeah. As the Nazgul flies.
Yeah.
Yeah. The video, at least on my side, your video froze, Josh, in a perfect spot. Yeah.
Yeah, you've kind of frozen for like half a second a couple times, but it's been pretty good overall. Quality's been better than that last video or two.
Yeah.
I usually try and go down to the downstairs, so I've got stronger signal. But I got really lazy and I was just like, screw it. And then I remembered what's on the desk behind me, so I've just been trying to stay really still the whole show.
You're good. I think everyone knows by now, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. So some other upcoming stuff. I'm actually looking for new property at the moment. So So Sterling Armory, Florida, might be moving to 2 to 5 acres pretty soon. So fingers crossed that something will work out there. But if that happens, I'm gonna be probably down for a little bit in terms of sword making until the move's done. But
Yeah, tell Josh can come set up your shop.
exactly.
Damn right. You have to let it.
But yeah, excited for that. Still looking, so we'll see. We did put an offer on one place, but it was sword for it. I guess somebody put in an offer like just before we did, so they took that one instead. But that happens with real estate. So
Yep. Just
yeah, it'd be great because if hopefully the idea is if we got enough land, then that's where I can be doing a whole lot more cutting videos and review videos and all sorts of stuff for the channel and just more Sterling Armory stuff in general. So yeah, that'd be great.
It will be.
Yeah, we got to figure out though if we're going to be doing Blade Show probably pretty quick. So,
yeah.
I think we were talking about for Texas, we would just go as patrons, right?
Yeah, I think we should say, this might not be sword talk like material, but like I think maybe we should save Atlanta for down the road and just go as patrons to the Texas one just to hang out with Sonny and see how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be good. Yeah, I'm like if whatever Valley of the Sun and SoCal go well, we have nothing left.
I know, that's true. That's what happened earlier this year, right?
No, it keeps happening. So
I was praying. It's so stupid. Like, yay, we need to be successful because that's success, and
that's why we're doing it.
Yeah, that's why we're doing this. And then here at the fair, I'm just like, we're going through meat, and I'm like, man, I hope I sell nothing because if I do, I'm gonna have to work real hard to get more stuff out. I don't want to do that. I just want to sell a few things that are good and take it easy so I'm already at stock. That's what happened. So, yay.
Yeah, you've been hard pressed after that Utah Ren Fair when you just sold basically everything.
Literally everything.
That's a full start over.
Yep. I even got home and was like, hey, I found 2 more totes. And they're like, send it. I'm like, damn it. Okay.
But
money. Oh no, bill broke.
It's all good.
Yeah. It's fine. I will be working on. I've got some designs in the works. I really want to do some long swords with Irish ring pommels now because that was a lot of fun and it looks fantastic. I love that aesthetic.
Yep.
So I'm gonna be doing a couple of those. I'm gonna be doing a couple type 18s, a couple type 18 Cs.
Maybe we should go to Dublin and actually look at some originals.
Maybe we should.
Man, if Sterling Armory pays for it, you got me. I'm there.
Yeah. There you go.
That takes all my excuses.
Sterling Armory means all of us, right? So it means you got to pay for yourself.
Yeah.
But you can write it off.
So, I actually just bought a material for a bunch of ring pommels, so I'm very excited about that.
Awesome. Steel or bronze?
Stainless, yeah.
Stainless, yeah.
I did a 2 1/4 by 1.5 ID. Should be sweet.
Oh, nice.
It's a heavy wall ring pommel.
I was literally doing some measurements today on my pommels. Be like, all right, if I'm going to order some Irish ring, these are what IDs I need. This is what OD I need, and I'm going to call and order that in pieces and get it shipped ASAP.
Yeah. Are you milling the center out yourself, or are you ordering it as a ring?
I'm just going to do hollow bar.
Oh, yeah, it's better way to go.
Yep, I agreed.
Although I will say, I have not seen. So, all of the Irish ring hilts that you'll see, like if you look up images from Dublin or I'm trying to think who else has. There's a bunch of ring hilts all over the UK on display. I think Philadelphia has some too. But if you look at all of them, all of the rings are almost all like a round cross-section ring, not a square cross-section ring. And I don't think anyone's ever done that. So, and I don't know why, because all the originals that I've seen are like that. So it'd be worth trying to do something like that, and that'd be hard to do. Well, I guess it wouldn't be that hard, but I'm not quite sure. I think the easiest way to do that would be on a lathe, right?
Well,
So.
maybe. It's hard to chuck both sides, and then you're losing a lot of material trying to cut off. And
Yeah, so it's not necessarily. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. It's not necessarily a round cross section. It's like oval cross section. So you still have a middle to grab, and just basically radius each side.
yeah, so potentially easier.
Yep.
However, most of that thicker wall stainless you can't get in a 303, and turning 304 isn't very fun. So
my last, actually all of my ring belts, the rings are 304. They're so much more of a pain to work with.
Yeah, no, that's what I just got was 304, and I'm like, at least I only have to go through 3/8 of an inch on both sides instead of 2.5. But
for whatever reason, the 304 ring that I get, it always seems compared to 304 solid bar, it's easier to machine, and I don't know why.
I don't know if it's what you got. Like, I specifically went through and bought fully annealed 304 versus the regular hardened 304, so should be good.
Yeah, that'll help. I'm
I
not
was
sure
hoping it would help, but we'll
no,
see.
it should. I mean, as long so 304 can get gummy though, then that's what can hurt your machines, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if fully annealed actually makes it worse.
I have no idea, but I was like,
Silver's
probably better, right?
Yeah, should be.
Fine.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I got it now. Sorry, I was lagging on that one.
That's probably for the best.
Yep.
Pours more drink.
Yeah. But the other thing too is we're hoping to do. My brain's all over the place tonight, so apologies for that. But the other thing we're hoping to do is between Warbear, Copperthorn, and Sterling, we are hoping to merge, or maybe not merge. That might be the wrong word. But we are hoping to get the social media stuff more linked together. Not quite sure how to do that yet, but excited to get that going.
Speaking of, check your Facebook Messenger
right now.
Oh, hey, that looks cool.
Ooh,
really I like that logo with just the sword kind of cut out in there. That would work really well.
I think so too. I'm gonna. It's early days, so that was me whipping it together while we were starting the sword talk, and then sending it out, seeing if y'all liked it.
Yeah,
I think it looks kind of cool. I like that stylized design too.
Definitely. Yeah. I'm curious if more of a straight.
Talk about that later, and I'll do more, and we can go for that. Yeah, I'm scatterbrained as well. It's also 8 p.m. and that's Colton's cutoff time.
That's true.
All right. So we got to get going. So we might have some new logos coming out in the future, maybe. So we shall see. Keep an eye on our Facebook.
Oh,
what was that?
New merchandise, new Smeagolrific Gollum-tastic merchandise. Yes. You want to clutch it in your hand and run away coughing. I've got terrible cardio, so that's kind of how I do it.
Yeah. Same.
Alrighty. Well, thanks guys for joining us. This is a short one today, but we did want to jump on and just give everybody a heads up on where we've been and what we're doing and where to find us next.
Yeah,
so hopefully hopefully we'll see everyone out at Valley of the Sun and Soul Cow sword fight. And hopefully I can get Colton to start competing as well. So all three of us will be competing in something.
I mean, if there's a slot open and you and Josh and Phil come over.
Yeah.
I don't know if
we're all standing around with the sword.
I think we just sign Colton up so they just call his name out.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. We'll just sign him up.
Sign him up. He calls his name out. Colton Mogg. He's like, oh shit.
I'll just turn around and Chris is just holding the sword, just like, all right, there you go.
Awesome. Here's your knife, sword, whatever.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Awesome. So Valley of the Sun would be a great place to start because they do have more. Because they have Arming Sword open, Long Sword open, Long Sword Advance. Do they have a beginners too? I think they had a beginners. I'm not sure. There's a couple different categories.
The other problem with this is that I would feel like I'd have to actually get my personal cutter done in time for this, which I've already got such a...
Yeah, I didn't. I used an Atrim 12A, the loaner.
You didn't use one of ours for some reason.
I know.
It's made me really want to make my own, which I'm in the process of now. I want to make my own personal cutter, and I might actually do an Irish ring for that, my personal one.
And yeah, if it's bronze, yeah, I would hope it'd be nice.
Yeah.
It's going to be hot. It's going to be great. It's going to have bear paws all over it. It's going to look like a Dalmatian, just bear paws covering, acid etched into the sword blade. It looks like a bear walked all over the blade.
Right.
That way, no one wants to buy it. I'm getting tired of making myself personal pieces, and people come up and buy them off of me.
Is it like each bear paw is a +2 to sharpness?
I
So
think
every time you get a medal, you got to add another bear paw.
add another bear paw. That's
a good idea.
Hell yeah!
There
Yay.
you go. I like that. Okay.
Alrighty, guys. Well, thanks for joining us, and hopefully we will catch you pretty soon, and we'll keep doing these more often.
Absolutely. We
Right.
might need to bring back movie trivia edition.
Yeah, we got movie trivias we got to do, and if you have any topics that you want us to discuss, there's a lot of new sword topics out there. Let us know, and we will discuss them.
Awesome.
All right, I'm using the wrong mouse. Sorry. Thanks, guys. Oh, are we doing an outro? Oh,
stay sharp.
Stay sharp. There you go. I couldn't think of it.
War Bear.
Yeah.
Stay sharp.
Stay.
Oh yeah, War Bear. That's Colton. I'm Chris.